Welcome back to Case Break Analysis. I'm JT with another Case Break simulation. I got a lot of new stuff to show today. I know this product, Donruss Football, came out last week, but I made this, so I might as well do it. Today, there's a lot coming out, so it's a couple videos. But new stuff, new metrics for how I'm going to rank and rate these products, and let's just jump right in. This is 2022 Donruss Football. Ran some simulations, did some product analysis, and here's what you're going to get. What is this? Well, this is Panini's answer to Top Series 1, but for football. I believe they have this the same for basketball, and that should be coming. That should be on the horizon here soon. The barrier of entry is low. You might find this product at the dollar store. This is a good product for kids to collect. You have a very high chance of getting high quality players, valuable players, well-liked players in the base set. And so if you are a kid collector, this is a good set to get into. If you are a hobbyist who just wants bulk, this is a set that you should collect. And also the rookie cards within, just like Top Series 1, the rookie cards that are in Donruss, the rated rookies, those are going to be the memorable, iconic cards that kind of stand the test of time. You know, we see the Patrick Mahomes rated rookie, and that's a very famous card. So that is what you can expect out of this. You're gonna, if you buy a case or you buy into a case break, you're gonna have 10 cards per pack with 18 packs in a box and 18 boxes in a case. That's a huge amount of packs, huge amount of cards. So again, this is a bulk product. You're gonna get a lot for your money. Here's what you can get: autograph memorabilia, number wise. In a case break, we're talking about almost 2,000 base cards. That is a lot of base cards, but again, a lot of those might be sought after rated rookies, but the majority of them will be just your typical base, and they're worth, you know, whatever. You're going to see them on sports lots for 17 cents probably in the future, but that doesn't mean that there's not good quality things in Donruss. Donruss does have some very short print cards. They have some very short print insert sets that are aesthetically very nice. We'll get into that. So here's what you're going to get in a case break. There are some no-name cards, which I don't know that I'm a huge fan of, but this isn't for me. This is for all of you. Again, there's a lot of short prints. There's optic rated rookies within the base set. Now, there will be an optic product later in the year, but this is for Donruss paper, as they call it. So there you go. There's also canvas cards, which are very short print. That would be your case hit. You get 2 of those. Really, with the case hits, it looks like you get more than 1 for each case hit, so that's cool. Investor tips. Pretty much the same if you saw my Top Series 1 for baseball. Don't go nuts. There's just millions and millions and millions of base cards. This is a product so that they can really distribute to everywhere. I mean, we're talking CVS's and Walmart, Walgreens, dollar stores, everywhere. So there's just so many of these. But if you get the rated rookies, you get a lot of 10s. You get them graded. There might be some payoff there. So here's kind of your aesthetics. Here's your base card. This is a rated rookie, actually. But the base card follows the same kind of pattern. You have a bunch of parallels. Here's the actual base card right here, but this one has the full name. I'm not sure all the variations, but this is one that just has the full name of the player. That is one of them. Here's a rated rookie autograph. This is a sticker auto. Again, this is Donruss. There might be some on-card autos here, but I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of them. Now, the downtown set wound up actually being a pretty highly sought after set last year. So they're back with that, but this time it's Super Bowl downtown. I guess it's highlights players that, I don't know, the Super Bowl, whatever. The players, it says right up there, I got this from Beckett. They're centered on where the players starred during a Super Bowl appearance. Okay. So that's fine. So a player who made it to the Super Bowl, what team were they? I don't really understand why there is a differentiation there. Just make the downtown set, but whatever. That's again not me. I forget the name of this one, but you know, something dark or in the night or something like that. Very cool set. And then you got your Gridiron Kings or your Diamond Kings, etc. Court Kings. I don't really know what the basketball version is, but we'll find out. These are a nice insert set, and there's a Studio Series parallel, which is more of like a portrait of the player, close-up shot. And then from GTS, I'm just going to scroll through this. If you want to kind of see what is going to be in this product, you can pause it, read it, do whatever you want. All right, so player checklist strength. So I'm going to go through, there's going to be two things I do here. I'm going to tell you, based on the distribution of each type of card, how much should you pay by team for in a case break. I'm also going to sort it and tell you, which teams have the most things. But I'm also going to go through what I believe would be an ROI level, a scale. So 5 being, you might, if you get if you get players from this team or from this pool, this score with a score of 5, your ROI is guaranteed, pretty much. I can't, now, again, I'm not responsible for any of that. Legal disclaimer, you buy into these breaks, that's on you. 4, it's highly likely that you could make a profit. You might, maybe make a profit. But at 3, you're starting to break even, maybe even lose some money. At 2, you're definitely going to be selling players at a loss. And at 1, these are rankings that I've developed, by the way. You probably won't even wind up selling those cards. So we all kind of buy some products and we get these autographs and we wind up never being able to sell them, even for the cheap price of $1 or $2. And that's what 1 would be, and 5, being the highest, that's going to be where your ROI is pretty much guaranteed. So Donruss as a product as a whole is pretty much, I have it hovering around 3, kind of dipping down into the high 2s. 2.8 maybe would be like a real score for this product. But there are some highlights here. There are some older retired players, Barry Sanders, Dan Marino. They have autographs in this set. There's also non-football autographs like Steph Curry. I thought that was pretty cool. I think Kevin Durant might be in this as well. And then out of, let's see what I have here. Out of 10,000 unique cards, there's about 400 to 600 that fall between a 4 and a 5. So it's not a lot. That's not, that's why the product's kind of in the 2s. So Steel City has cases for 5,000. So that's how this price breakdown is going to be. Adjust it however you want. Now, if you want to buy into a case break based solely on the number of autographs, you have 2 types of categories. Most of you who buy into breaks, you go onto Beckett or you go into these team break checklist websites and you look how many unique cards in this set have autographs. And that is the wrong approach, but I will still give you an idea. So if you did that, you would see that the Titans, the Packers, the Dolphins, they all have the most cards. And if you want it that way, you should pay to make up that $5,000 case price for the breaker. This is around what I think you could pay at most for the Titans, for example, if you're just going off unique autographs. Now, what you're failing to do as a consumer is you're not looking at the print runs. So just because they have 43 unique cards doesn't mean, in most cases it does mean this, but sometimes that doesn't mean that there's not really high print runs, and you might actually have a better shot at getting an autograph if you choose one of these other teams. And that's the case here. So even though the Titans have, the same 43 unique autograph variants, same as Green Bay, look how many more cards Green Bay has if you break out the print runs by individual cards. So by actual cards, if you bought every case of 2022 Donruss football, you would wind up with 2,219, roughly, because I did have to guess on some of these print runs, roughly 2,219 autographed Packers cards. That's 200 more than the Titans. So think about how those odds might shake themselves out. So if you were to buy into this case break just based on the number of total autograph cards, here's around the prices that you should pay. Again, screenshot this, use it how you want. I will also show you the teams with the least amount of autographs. So like the Bengals only have 648. And that's a really highly sought after team because of Joe Burrow and the Super Bowl last year, I guess, in the playoffs this year. But these are the least likely. So I wouldn't go anywhere over $75 for these bottom teams here. And there again are autographs in here from players on non-NFL teams, in basketball or just celebrities. If you are chasing those insert cards, here is how you can do that. If you're going off unique inserts, the Rams, I'm not sure why they're on there twice. That's a little hiccup there. But and here's the number of total cards. The Rams still have the most by a long shot, by tens of thousands of cards. So, and again, I'm guessing on some of these print runs, if the print run's not listed for an insert card, I think I just assume 1,000 to 10,000, somewhere in there. I think 1,000. So there's a lot of insert cards for Donruss. So if you're chasing the Rams and you want to get like those downtown Super Bowl cards, which the Rams would have in there, maybe you could pay up to $500. I wouldn't. That's a little flawed, but that's kind of what you could do. So who has the least amount of insert cards in this set? The Eagles. So I'm this year's Super Bowl is not going to be in there. So you're not going to get that downtown card, but there's going to be some Eagles in there, just not very many. The Bears, the Panthers, there you go. Now, if you want to go off of non-autographed memorabilia, so these are not RPAs and things like that. These are just patches and swatches. The Steelers, they have 44 unique cards and 7,116 total cards, and that's you could see that the team that has the most unique also has the most individual. So there you go. Take your screenshots, whatever you want. These are the prices, so it's always to the right. Here's the price. If you're chasing those memorabilia cards, you could go up to about $300 and probably guarantee yourself some Steelers. Now we'll get into value there. So there's that. Who has the least? The Broncos. It looks like the Tampa Bay Bucks don't even have it on here. I'm not sure why that is. Let me see. There's maybe another category I'm missing. Nope. I'm not sure why the Bucks don't have insert cards on there. But anyway, here's that in reverse order. Now, if you're going off of parallels, which I wouldn't do, here's what you have there. So there you go. Take your screenshots. Use this information however you want. And I'll go down to the next one. Now, here's the new stuff. So ignore this right here. I left that in on accident. That's from Top Series 1. But this distribution of cost per team by checklist strength, that's where I was talking about this scale here. So the teams with the most 5s are going to be the most expensive, and the teams with the most 1s will be the least expensive. That's how I've broken this down. Now I'm adding all those scores up, and I'm showing you which team has the best checklist strength, okay? And that's based on some things that I'm scraping the internet looking for things like popularity. How popular are players? What is the interest of searches, Google searches, for those individuals' sports cards? And I realize that might be flawed because people usually use eBay or some other website to search for cards. But this is kind of just like across the board, and it's time relevant. This is recently searched for players. What is the number of searches that are happening with these teams specific to memorabilia and sports cards? And that should be indicative of interest in buying cards. So again, I'm going to just go off the autos, the inserts, the memorabilia, and the parallels. The Tennessee Titans have the strongest autograph checklist based on those scores. They have the most 5s. They have or the least 1s. Now, this is an accumulation of all the cards that they have for autographs. If you want the strongest checklist for autographs, I would be comfortable going up to $250 on the Titans and $250 on the Packers. They have a lot of very valuable cards. Aaron Rodgers, they have just a lot of players that have been receiving a lot of interest and have decent statistics. The worst checklists in this with the lowest amount of interest are the Panthers, the Bears, the Seahawks. And that's kind of predictable just based on, can you think of players on those teams other than maybe Justin Fields that are really sought after right now? Not really. So there's that. Now, if you're going off of the inserts, make sure you screenshot this as we go, people, so that you have this to use in your as a resource. Again, I'm not sure why the Rams are in here twice, but the numbers are the same, so it doesn't matter. There's a lot of really high value players on the Rams and the Bengals, the Steelers, even San Francisco. You know, Purdy has a lot of interest. So if you think about how recently Purdy has been sought after, this would probably have a spike near the end of the year. This goes back 12 months. So that's why they're probably not number one. But if you were to just cut it back to 3 months or so, maybe San Francisco would be the number one team in this insert list. Whatever the case, if you want the strongest insert team value-wise, there you go. The weakest, so you could stay away from them, here they are. The strongest memorabilia checklist, there it is. Bills, they do have some pretty cool Bills cards in there. I looked at some of the cards online. And the weakest memorabilia checklists, again, I'm not sure why the Bucks don't have any memorabilia. Maybe they just don't have any memorabilia cards. There's the weakest teams. And then by parallel strength, the Browns actually have a high value for parallel. That's interesting. I wonder who's on that. And some of this, because I'm looking at search interest, some of that might be like Deshaun Watson. You know, people looking up his problems, if you will. So keep that in mind. But I try to account for some of that. But here, parallel strength, and the worst, if you're chasing parallels, are these teams. So pretty much the same teams every time. Now, how are these distributed? I'm gonna show you the distribution so that you could kind of check my work on those tiers 1 through 5. This product, Donruss, for weekly averages for 52 weeks, the average weekly search interest by player. This is for all players in the Donruss checklist. We're kind of hovering around this 2 to 3. That's why if this 5 starts pumping up or this 4 starts pumping up, now we're talking about a really strong checklist for this set, and that would be like Transcendent, something like that would have a lot of those, or National Treasures. And then if we're looking at monthly, it's weird that the distribution goes like this, but if we're looking at monthly, so we went 52 weeks, now we're averaging out per month. It's pretty weak. I don't know why these players don't sustain a monthly average like they do weekly, but typically I think that's indicative of football schedule because it's weekly. A lot of players might have a lot of interest week to week, whereas over the month, if 1 week is absolute zero, that's why that's going to happen. And then total popularity over the year. So now we're just saying over the entire year as one metric, so we're still hovering around that 2 to 3 area. Hopefully I'm not losing you. Hopefully this is understandable. But this is how I'm going to show in future videos what is the strength of this product. And there is that for Donruss. Now I've simulated it so that all of that stuff, I'm telling you like how much you should spend. Now I'm going to tell you not how much of anything. I'm going to tell you the quantity of cards that you should expect. I've simulated these case breaks. I put every card that they say they have with the print runs in a system, and I've written some scripts to simulate these case breaks. And here's what you should get. So while you're thinking in your head, oh, the Packers have all these cards, that's what I'll get. Well, let's see what the simulation says. If it is truly random, what Panini's doing, that's what we should get. So just looking at this, the reason why I show this table is just to show you the kind of the top 10 or so most rare sets. So if you wind up getting yourself a base season stat line, and base is just from the base, it's a parallel. If you get that, the print run is 1 and there are only 2 of them. So there are 2 different 1-of-1s. That's it. If you get that, you have the most rare card in the entire set. And tied with that would be that rated rookie jersey number, probably a specific jersey number. This one is 1-of-1, and there are 2 of them. So 2 different 1-of-1s, whereas the rest of them have higher print runs. That's kind of how this works here. It's kind of confusing because of how many different rated rookie jersey numbers there are for that set, but that's because if it has a different print run, it's in a different line on this thing. So just keep this in mind. If you get any of these Action All Pros autographs, you're actually getting one of the most rare cards in the entire set. So we'll just move on from there and go to print runs for all teams. So if you're chasing those 1-of-1s, here's the table that you should screenshot. You should screenshot it, and you should go ahead and go after the Jets, because the Jets have the most 1-of-1s. Also, the Titans, the Steelers, the Packers are all good choices. Screenshot that. Who has the least amount of 1-of-1s? Well, the Bears. The Bears, the Bucks, the Broncos, all the B teams, basically. And literally the B teams probably as well, because they suck. And all the Bucks don't suck, but the Bears do. And I say that as a Bears fan, so now you know who I root for. So by print run, obviously 1-of-1s, if there's 814 total cards, the number of unique cards will be 814. There are 19 twos, 1-of-2s, and that will be 38. So these are just what this shows you, kind of based on the print run, how many are there out there. So you could probably expect to get a 1-of-10 in a case, whereas a 1-of-2 is going to be pretty hard. A 1-of-4 is probably more rare than getting a 1-of-1. Think about that. There are 32 total print runs to 4 in this entire set, and there are 814 1-of-1s. That's insane. So there's that. Now, how many this is just for the whole checklist. How many total unique cards per team? Here's the teams with the most unique cards. Here's the teams with the most total cards. So that's the unique cards exploded forward for their print runs. Here's how many cards you can expect per team total. And I'll scroll like a little slower for this one so you can take notes or screenshot. There's that. And I'll even go in reverse order here so you can see which teams have the least. The Chicago Bears have the least amount of cards in this set. So there's that. Now, the simulation. Here's one case. This is the 20th case in my 20 case break simulation. Just kind of showing you what I got. I should have, I forget what it was, 30 something autographs maybe, or 18, I don't remember. But here I got a lot of rated rookie autographs, some Swifts, Chuck Norris. Fans of the game. I got a Chuck Norris autograph. I gotta admit, that's pretty awesome. I got a Chuck Norris autograph. There's a Chuck Norris autograph in this set. That's pretty sweet. I didn't look at this before I started this video. Got an autograph of Dak Prescott, Ryan Tannehill, DeAndre Swift. This is not a bad case break. Let's see if we could get to our lowest print run. We didn't get any 1-of-1s, and for some reason, it doesn't store this in order. So let's see if we got any 1-of-2s. Let's see, 1-of-2. Nope. See if we got any 3s. No. We got 113. That's kind of weird. No 4s. No 5s. No 6s. Any 7s? Wow, this is pretty much one. The 10 is going to be our lowest print run. Yep. So 10 is the lowest print run we got, but we got 3 of them. And again, that kind of backs up what I said earlier, that you should get a lot of 10s because there's a lot of them. And so there you go. That's for that. Did we get any downtowns? That's something that I might want to see. Did I get any downtowns? Downtown. Oh, yeah, I got a couple. I actually got probably more than probably too many. That's probably too many. But I had to assume, because there's no print run, I assumed it's 1,000. That's a flawed approach for sure. But I got this Super Bowl downtown, which I think should be one a case, and I did get one. That's Eli Manning. New York Giants, and then a Santa Claus. All right, I got a Santa Claus downtown. That's cool. All right, so that's that. Let's go on to the cards per team. So the teams that I got the most of: the Rams, the Chiefs, the Titans, the Bucks, the Bills. And this is in contradiction to the teams that have the most. I believe it was the Steelers that had the most cards in the set. I actually got 20 more Rams than Steelers. So that tells you, this kind of tells you, if it's truly random, you should expect similar results. Now, the team I got the least amount of cards, the Bears. Unfortunately, as a Bears fan, I got the least amount. Jags, Panthers. There you go. Take your screenshots. Now, by parallel, I got some of these. I don't really know. This table, I could probably take this out. No one really cares about this. Got that many base cards, some rated rookies. There you go. Now, of the 20, let's do the same metrics for the 20 cases. This is just adding up all the cards I got in 20 case breaks The Rams, the Titans, the Steelers were the ones I got the most cards of. So the Steelers are kind of catching up there, most cards. And then the least success I had was with the Bears. So if you buy the Bears, don't pay a lot. Don't pay a lot for that. Don't let anyone convince you that because Justin Fields is in it, it should be worth a lot of money. That's not true. You don't have as high of a odds of getting a Bears card. So there you go. Now the simulation results for print runs. How many 1-of-1s did I get in this? I think I got 2. I got 2 1-of-1s. That's not great, not good, no, but not bad. I mean, 2. I've had case simulations where I simulated 20 and got 0. So 2 is pretty good. Unfortunately, it's not a real case. But, yep, got a bunch of 10s. And again, this is like not in order from 1 to 10. It does all the things with 1 first because it's text. And that's what you got there. So I don't know. You just want to know how many 1-of-1s you get. That's what you get. And the teams I got them for are the Vikings and the Ravens. So it's random, but that's what it is. Now, number of cards for each team by type. I received 18 Browns and Bills autographs, 17 Titans and Packers, and you kind of get the gist. You go from there. We look at inserts. Who did I get the most of? Rams, Steelers, memorabilia. There you go. Rated rookies. Got a bunch of Texans, Packers, Ravens, Falcons. That's pretty interesting. So there's the most. Now if we go by the least, so you know who not to buy, I got 3 Bengals autographs. I got 8 Bears autographs. That's pretty good. For the least insert, let's go least. Eagles. The least memorabilia. Tampa, again, none. Broncos, Panthers, Texans. And the least rated rookies, if you're a rookie chaser, Chargers, Raiders, Rams. There you go. There's the least. And I think that's it. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry, I got to go fast through these things because it's crazy. But that is Case Break Simulations. I'm JT. This has been another Case Break Simulation. I hope it's valuable. Use it. Save some money. Bye.